She doesn't understand him.
She gives you a light smile and just thanks you again. She then bows and starts going back to her horse.
Till we meet again then. I'll just turn and march off.
I'm good to go whenever.
Right. Seems like everybody's ready, willing, and able. Or at least ready. Some of us are not willing.
I disagree with every decision we're about to make.
You spend the next day preparing, and on the following day you get information from the knights that Isabel left, where you need to deliver the banner once you're in Edelwand. With that, he takes his leave. The Tavern mercenary is sticking nearby you, Iris, as you guys are preparing to leave. And since Andre is back, guess what? The teleportation works right back to the capital.
What did you think about the shoddy put together teleportation of the mages?
She was not very happy with what they did to her room. In fact, for the following, for the night before this one, you could swear you were hearing sobbing, crying, and all sorts of stuff, sounds coming from the outside. You thought it was probably ghosts, but as it turns out in the morning, it was actually Berboso and the mages that were crucified outside of the mansion. Andre was kind enough to imbue them with the spell that prevented frostbite, so they just felt very, very cold all night.
You thought it was that, but it was actually Barbosa. I'm not even sure you meant to do that one.
It's not long before you guys are standing in front of the teleport inside of Andre's room. And it seems like Andre has been packing her stuff. She's intending to come with you. Alright then, is everybody ready? Let's get the show on the road. We don't have all day.
You're coming with us?
Yes, well, I haven't been to Edelwand, well, not me. You know what I mean. I wanted to see it with my own eyes. Well, technically I've been alive for 4 or 5 days, but it's complicated.
Still kind of weird getting used to a whole brand new person thing.
Tell me about it. Gordon was such an asshole last night.
What?
Yes, well, he was a bit forceful in his ways. Honestly, I was thinking of ditching this entire whatever this is, as she gives a gesture to the room and the mansion and everything that's going on in general. Honestly, this really isn't my scene. I was kind of hoping to leave all of this behind me with my previous life, but Gordon can be very persuasive when he wants to, so I guess I'm stuck with you guys for a while. Might as well make the most of it.
I've been wondering for a bit of time now. Before your friend said that you were a guy.
Yes, quite so.
So why do you look like a woman now? I mean, you didn't remember Noble Moon, like, so how come you look like a woman? Unless that's your original form. It's fucking woman.
Oh no, my dear, I have about 30 or 40 forms that I've been generally swapping between. Honestly, I don't even remember my original gender. It frankly doesn't matter. As long as it feels good, she gives you a suggestive smile. But, to answer your question, this is one of the forms I like the most. Plus, I do believe that this form was crafted about 60 or so years ago. So, it would make sense. But that's more of a me thing, don't worry about it.
Well, that makes sense on the appearance.
Honestly, I was going through a phase where I was really into long black hair, so it's complicated.
Honestly, I wish that...
Very well then, let's go. She snaps her fingers and the portal bursts open with a very loud bang as the magic activates. Outside the window, you hear pathetic sobs as people are crying to be let down. Alright, I forgot about those guys. They'll last for a few more days. Let's go!
I make sure to, like motion to one of the samurai guys, get them down.
He looks towards you, he looks towards the guys up on the crosses, he just sighs and his shoulders slump.
Do what you're told. And she's gonna go through the portal.
Look, you guys are suddenly teleported somewhere else. If Venric was here, he would say deja vu, but he is not, so too bad.
So we are teleported into the kitchen.
Yes.
Of
And
course
as
we
you
did.
teleport into the kitchen, you see somebody jump 20 feet into the air somehow, even though the ceiling won't allow it, and lands in a nearby bundle of crates screaming bloody murder. It's the old barmaid.
Hey, we're back.
Fucking hell, you're gonna give me a heart attack! Stop doing that!
Oh, come on, you should have expected it by this point.
I'll
Not
lean
after 6
forward
months.
and pick her back up.
Oh, right, 6 months.
My apologies.
You don't sound very sincere when you're being so emotionless, girl.
I'm sorry, that's just my normal tone of voice.
I'm messing with ya. I missed you a lot. It's been a while. Plus you still owe me for last time. Nobody's paying their barkeep. What the hell?
I know, right? God. Anyway, how's anything food or drinks? Haven't eaten
Sure,
breakfast.
coming right up. Take some seats outside. Hey, I'll tell the others you're here. They'll be happy to see you.
And she just smiles. She looks towards the others. We gotta find out if about this parade, what they're setting up, what we're even meant to be doing. Actually, that's a good point. We kind of left somebody. She says as the portal's probably gone by this point. Anyone see the guy with the panther?
Nope, nobody has seen.
Wait.
I mean, he was at the mansion, but then he just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Cut back to
Honestly,
the
who
mansion.
gives a shit?
Cut back to the mansion where
mean-
he's like, guys, in the middle of nowhere.
Sorry, the who?
As you guys are getting
actually,
ready
wait,
to
wait,
sit
wait.
down and enjoy your time, Andre excuses herself, says she wants to go exploring because, you know, she's here for the first time, wants to see everything with her own eyes. So she quickly uses magic to shapeshift how she looks and disappears out the door. By the time 20 or 40 minutes have passed, your food and drinks are here. You're already enjoying them, and a lot of the old Noble Moon members have filed through the door and are very happy to see you because they heard about the mess that happened, you know, half a year ago, and they're very happy to see you. They greet you and all that. Apart from Klein, and they all ask you the same thing that Troyland did. Who's the narc?
He's a friend, I assure you. Don't let it bother you, Klein.
I'm just standing there silently, and anytime anyone gives me the stink eye, I just shoot it right back at them.
Fucking woof. It's like the owl Sauron up in here.
Wait, why the fuck is Venric here?
I'm still shit talking.
Venric intimidates from all the way to
That's
tower.
why it's a crit, guys. You look around, everyone's congratulating you, and you see Vendrick sitting there on a stool.
Yeah, it's like
just going,
the
"I've been
camera
waiting."
pans, and it's just you see Fenric's face between two people, you're like, and then he's gone. It's like, what the fuck?
But you just see.
So
You've
you wanted
taken
to
a
get some information on current events in
Yes.
Edelwand, right?
Yeah.
The barmaid indulges you while you're enjoying your drinks. Well, to be frank, it's been pretty bad.
Oh?
Yeah. Over the last 6 months, more and more refugees have been flooding the kingdom, specifically the capital as well. It's getting pretty bad. Crime is up, there's a lot of unrest, there's a lot of race wars and issues in the streets, there's many gangs. It's pretty bad.
Has anything been done about it?
Well, the nobility has their hands full trying to get everything under control. It's very difficult. I mean, think about it. The kingdom's population has nearly doubled in the last 6 months. It can't sustain so many people. Many of them have left behind their entire lives. They have no work, they have nothing. Plus, with the demons getting so close to the borders, it's pretty bad. It probably wouldn't have affected us this much if the other kingdoms had their borders open, but Edovan's the only kingdom that's accepting refugees. They have nowhere else to go. There's been so many problems that honestly it's hard to see guards in the streets. There's simply not enough people to enforce the law. They're constantly busy.
I wish there was some way I can help, but apart from fighting the fight against the demons, I don't know much.
Well, hopefully things will settle down before it gets out of control. The parade is meant to help with that. It's gonna boost morale.
That's good. Have you heard about what's gonna happen for the parade?
Not really. As far as we normal folk have been told, we're gonna be honoring some special heroes. And we're going to be relying on them in the coming months to help us against the demons. Well, at least officially. I mean, we know better what's going on, since, you know.
Would you know
But
better?
more importantly, the prince's coronation is coming up soon, and his relationship with the Oven Empire has been, shall we say, not very easy lately. Let's just say they've been at each other's throats, even though they're trying not to keep it public.
I'd heard they were getting nice and comfy 6 months. How things
Well, you know how things started, right? After the regime of the Warrior King ended and the kingdom fell into the prince's hand while he was growing up, he was being backed up by the Oven Empire. Honestly, at this point it was probably expected that the kingdom of Edawant would be their vassal, but the prince has been, shall we say, more than vocal about not wanting to be their puppet. That being said though, with all the refugees, it's not like we haven't been having troubles either. Some of them have been trying to set up around the area lately. We've been discreet so far with, shall we say, making them go away, but you never know when things are gonna get ugly.
can't be helped with so many people displaced. Oh, you have a kingdom.
That doesn't seem likely. The refugees are a huge problem. Nobody would... Well, nobody except us apparently would wanna deal with that.
Begs a question. Why is the king?
I don't know. From where I stand, there's no merit to it, but what would I know? I'm just a simple bars woman who's trying to get her customer to pay their tabs, but they never do.
Hard life, isn't it? Thanks for food and drinks, Bo.
God damn it, whippersnappers. She smiles and sends you guys off with a wave. Make sure to come back tonight. I'll cook you something special, alright?
He nods and smiles. She turns to Klein. Doing okay there?
Why would I be doing badly?
And as you say, Klein, suddenly the camera pans out and you see that the entire tavern is full except around Klein. There's literally a 3-meter radius around him where nobody is approaching him.
Oh, just a feeling.
We going soon?
We really should. I want to make sure that nothing is going to be surprising us on this little trip.
And I'm gonna, much like Moses, part the Red Sea towards the door.
Pretty much, with all the peoples glaring at you.
I suspect
I
this is
mean,
after our meal.
anyone glaring at me gets the fucking crit intimidation glare back. I imagine it doesn't last for long.
So yes, into the city we shall go. We
Right.
stop by a house, pick up new clothes, you know.
You leave the tavern and the familiar streets populated by Noble Moon members and slowly start heading towards the inner city. It's not long before you reach the city walls. The area is pretty crowded. There's a lot of tents and refugee camps. Your destination for a side quest is actually on the way if you wanna drop off the banner.
Well, yeah, kinda.
As you go off to where the refugees you're supposed to meet are, they greet you, and when they find out why you're there, they seem very hopeful since they're getting news from their loved ones that are on the front lines. Well, not on the front lines, actually behind enemy lines. But when they remove the cloth and see the family crest all neatly packed inside it, you see that the people that have come to receive it immediately start to quietly sob and hang their heads.
Eris is looking very confused.
Oh,
Probably didn't
right.
explain
Never mind.
Yeah, I'll just say to
Retcon
give them
that one.
time.
Eris
You've just told them that they're never going to see their family member again.
What? But they looked okay.
They looked resigned to their fates. Her giving you that banner was her telling you she's accepted death.
What a stupid thing. She says outright before starting to head off back to, in city.
As you slowly start heading inside the city, you have no problems getting through the town gates because, well, the soldiers are told to let you in on sight. They recognize you immediately.
Can Alyssia veer off and disappear into, well, nothing on the way?
Of course.
Then she does that.
It's not, as I said, it's not hard to get through the city gates. It's not long before you're in the inner city. And you see that the situation inside the walls is, in fact, much worse. The streets are crowded. There's unrest everywhere. The guards are few and far between. Pollution is bad. There's bodies in the street. Maybe some of them even dead. But nobody cares to find out. The city seems to be at a breaking point. And morale is very low. This is definitely not the city you grew up in, Iris.
Oh, what?
As you're going down the street, suddenly you hear a loud racket from the right. You see a door slam open. People are yelling at each other. Some refugees are being kicked out. Soon there's a fight between a few of them. They resolve only to fists and kicks. Luckily they don't have any weapons. After trading some blows, one of the nearby guards intervenes to stop what's happening. But it doesn't seem like this is just a small incident. This is the scene everywhere around the city. This is just one of many squabbles you've seen on your way down the street.
Starting to think that this parade may have more sincere motive. Would be weird.
This definitely is not the mood for a festival. You'd think that considering there's about to be a parade, the mood in the city would be much more lighter. You would see much more decoration, but no, everything seems to be quite depressing and quite unsettling.
What it is a tyrant trying to appease his people, but he has you on his side.
I
Is
believe
it the mafia?
the people with the best perception here are Iris and Alyssia. There is a lot of commotion in the city and a lot of small incidents left and right, so honestly, at this point, you wouldn't notice unless it's something special. However, you did notice something in a side alley. Somebody is straight up getting mugged. There's knives involved in the, well, squabble. It's not the kind of thing that you saw in the streets where people are yelling at each other and probably getting into fist fights. This seems a little more, shall we say, severe.
Well, I know Alyssia probably won't do anything, so I'm gonna suddenly probably go up to them. We'll try.
Is anybody gonna follow Iris or is she going alone?
Walked off into a fucking refugee zone. Of course I've got to follow her.
I'll follow her too.
As you guys start walking into one of the side alleys, the first thing that hits you is the smell. It's very unpleasant. It smells of decay, rotting flesh. You soon find out why. There's blood. There's some dead bodies here. Looks like this alley has been used to, shall we say, toss some unnecessary people that couldn't be taken out with the carts. And probably forgotten. You hear a distressed old man yelling, "Please, I don't want any trouble." Trouble? Are you calling us trouble, old man? That's not a very nice thing to say. How's about an apology? Yes, please, just don't hurt me. Please, please don't cut it. How's about a better token of appreciation? He starts waving the knife in his face. Maybe a few gold coins will make me forget what an asshole you've been, huh? How about that? And then he pushes the old man hard into the wall.
By the way, at that point, can I basically reach my hand out, put it in front of a guy, but as I do, I'm going to snap his knife off without him noticing. I'm going to snap his... It's obviously probably a normal flipping knife.
Yes, it is in fact a normal knife. And considering the situation, you can very easily break it with your arm.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just snatch the end off, just... and hold my arm out in front of him and go... I hope there's no trouble going on here.
The three guys look down towards the guy that was holding the knife and notice the knife is actually missing. There's just a handle. They just stand there for a while, not sure what just happened.
I'm going to open my hand where the tip where the rest of the knife is, and then toss it to the side.
They think about what just happened for a moment. One of them looks extremely pissed and it looks like he's about ready to blow up, but the guy whose knife you just broke suddenly reaches out and grabs his friend and says, "Idiot, say nothing. Back off." But they... Shh. They just broke our knife like it was nothing. Does this seem like a good idea to you? And suddenly, the oddly very, very logical and, shall we say, reasonable people start backing off and bolt out of the alley.
Holy shit, that's the first time in a D&D game I've ever seen someone act logical between the party.
Can I roll a history check with advantage to see if that was mafia activity?
You don't need to roll anything. I can straight up tell you that they do not seem like local people. These were definitely refugees based on their rocks. These
So
were
not
not
mafia.
normal people that live here. They were probably, you know, street urchins.
So not mafia.
No.
Alright, then I'm not concerned.
However, you should be concerned with the books that you just saved.
Is it that old guy from before?
The old man brushes himself off after his, well, unpleasant experience. He then blinks a few times, not sure if what he's seeing is true. Instead of thanking you guys, he looks towards Vira and says, "Vira? Is that you?" Suddenly, Vira, as you look up towards the man and get a better look of him, you actually recognize him. This is a man that used to cut a lot of deals with your family back in the day. He used to frequent your mansion a lot, and you've met him a lot of times. This is one of the very few people that came to your house that actually paid attention to you and was kind to you. He, from time to time, even gave you candy and offered you at least some basic human acceptance. Something you never actually even got from your parents, and something they constantly were mad at him for.
Archibald?
Oh my god, it really is you. Oh, thank the gods.
I'm gonna help him up.
He immediately reaches out and wants to give you a hug.
I accept. I'll hug him back.
He then takes a better look at you and fixates his gaze on your head. Oh my, you've grown so much. You've become a proper lady.
I couldn't have done that without you.
Oh, nonsense, my dear. Oh, I remember you when you could walk upright under the table. Oh, I can't believe with my old eyes I could... Oh, What are you doing here? What happened to you? I haven't seen you in so many years. After your mansion fell apart, I feared the worst.
Well, it's quite a long story. Many things have happened.
Yes, yes, of course. Are these your friends?
Yes, this is Iris and this is Klein.
Well, my name is Archibald Caldwell. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you for helping me, but please, it's not safe here. Please follow me. I live nearby. If you allow me, I would be most I would be most happy to offer you a roof over your heads. Right now, the streets are, well, pretty busy.
I understand. I think we have time. He looks towards Vera to see if she wants to.
She's smiling really happily.
It looks like we have time.
Vira, you remember that this used to be a very influential person and extremely wealthy. His clothes that he's currently wearing are not giving you that vibe, by the way.
Yes,
it seems like they are finely made, but they're extremely worn.
I'm guessing this has to do with the whole mafia breaking down after my parents were assassinated type deal.
You assume so. It's not even 10 minutes before you make it to this person's home, which is actually somewhere on the outskirts of the inner wall. It's not exactly fancy, but it's not too bad either. This is not exactly what you expected from him, however. For somebody who used to be so wealthy, he seems to be down on his luck lately. His apartment is, while technically not that small, it's pretty run down. The furniture is mostly extremely old and, well, not maintained. He doesn't have many possessions, and the place is pretty dusty and there's a lot of webs around. He starts clearing up some space so you guys can take a seat. The place is mostly a mess with a lot of books and other junk all over the place. Please, make yourselves comfortable. I think I have some snacks around here somewhere. Just a moment, please. He starts rummaging from his through his stuff. He manages to find some, well, cookies of questionable quality. And he offers them to all of you by setting them on a small tray on the table.
I'll take one.
I
Same.
won't.
Fuck off, Klein.
Social.
You see that, Vera, you see that Archibald is a little lost for words. I mean, can you blame the person? He hasn't met you in so many years and all of a sudden you just drop by and save him from a bunch of thugs. He seems a little lost for words.
I'm terribly happy to see you again.
Yes, I am so happy to see you as well, my dear. You have no idea how happy you've made this old man.
What's happened? I remember that you were doing quite well dealing with my parents, but does it have something to do with them dying?
You see that he is a little reluctant to talk. Roll me perception real quick. No, wait. You can choose either perception or investigation.
Which one do I suck less at? Investigation, so that one.
The answer is none of them. You roll a 1 every time.
Oh, fuck you, Adam.
In the small
Suck
time
it.
that he was getting cookies, you actually had a moment to take a better look around his, well, house, Vira. And you found out a few interesting things. Mainly, he's been keeping a very long list of correspondence. There's basically a stack of letters as tall as you. And they are all letters towards people with questionable morals that are specializing in less than reputable jobs. In this case, however, they were not sent for assassinations, thieving, or anything like that. No. All of those people were sent to find someone, and they've been searching for that person for over 10 years without any luck.
Okay,
You
so
would
it can't be
assume
me.
this would cost somebody a fortune. These people have been looking for you.
Wait, how have they been looking for me for 10 years?
It seems like they were not very earnest in their search.
Hey!
Twice?
He's got 2 necks.